Skate 3 is an unusual sequel because it's as noteworthy for the features that it cuts from Skate 2 as for those that it introduces. This is a better game than its predecessor though. Its numerous and varied challenges do a better job of catering to newcomers and experienced boarders alike. There are more tricks to perform, and both user-generated content and a good selection of online modes give you reason to keep playing long after you've completed the single-player objectives.
Hey dudes, good to see you again, man.
In Skate 2, you're still establishing yourself as a pro skater, but in Skate 3, you're taking your career to the next level, setting up your own team and skateboard business. This doesn't have much of an impact on the gameplay, except that your career score is now measured in board sales. Every challenge that you complete, whether online or offline, sells more boards, which in turn counts towards unlocking new stuff, including additional teammates. Skate 3's challenges come in lots of different flavors, including races, street and vert competitions, film and photo shoots, games of one-up, and of course, the bone-breaking Hall of Meat stunts. The frustrating SKATE challenges in which you have to exactly copy your opponent's tricks are no longer included in single player, but you can still play that mode online. Also gone from the single-player game are the anti-skater clips and caps that rendered certain areas unskateable until you unlocked them, as well as the security guards who used to chase you away from company buildings. This makes the all-new city of Port Carverton a much more skater-friendly place to explore, but it also makes things a little less interesting. With its university campus, docks, memorial gardens, downtown area, residential neighborhood, and multiple skate parks, Port Carverton has a good number of varied locales to explore. The problem is that other than finding new on-the-spot challenges scattered around, you're given very little incentive to do so. It's good that you can use the pause menu to jump instantly to challenge locations, but it's unfortunate that you'll probably end up using this option throughout the entire game. How many boards you're credited with selling after completing a challenge depends not only on the difficulty, but also on whether you merely own the challenge or kill it outright. These two different levels of completion are a great addition to Skate 3, because unlike previous games, in which some challenges were tough enough to halt your progress, here you only need to own them to move forward, which is rarely difficult. In order to kill a challenge, which you can attempt at any time after owning it, you need to rack up significantly better scores, and often perform specific types of tricks while doing so. Regardless of whether you're attempting to own or kill a challenge, Skate 3's unpredictable and occasionally boneheaded AI can make succeeding a little trickier than it needs to be. For example, pros that you're supposed to follow will occasionally fall off their boards and then push themselves into walls for several seconds while you wait for them to get going again. And in team races and trick events, it's not unusual for teammates to drag you down with subpar performances that cause your team to lose even though you put in a great performance personally. Pedestrians are less of a problem, and it's helpful that they flee in fear anytime you perform a simple gesture using the D-pad. They don't always flee in a direction that clears a path for you though, and they even wander around in areas where big, organized skate competitions are taking place.
That was good.
You still have to contend with pedestrians when you play online, but replace the AI skaters with other players, and the already fun challenges and contests from the single-player game are immediately made more fun. There are also additional modes available online, such as the excellent Domination, in which you skate simultaneously with opponent and must beat each other's scores on individual objects. You can even establish or enter into an online team now, which functions in much the same way as a clan would in other online games. User-generated content is a big part of Skate 3, and when other players check out the photos, movies, and parks that you upload, you earn additional board sales. The tools for editing photos and movies are pretty limited again this year, but same as they did with Skate 2, EA will be releasing additional tools as premium DLC. The part creation tool, on the other hand, is powerful right out of the box, and it's surprisingly easy to use. With its wonky AI and inconsistent frame rates, Skate 3 has its fair share of mostly minor problems. But there's still a lot of fun to be had in the streets and skate parks of Port Carverton. Skate 3 isn't likely to win you over if its predecessors failed to, but it's a good game, regardless of whether or not you played Skate 1 or 2. And hey, there aren't many games out there that make breaking your own bones fun. That's got to count for something.